Hey, it's Spence from LaunchFlows.com. I've been working on a new feature that I'm adding to LaunchFlows that's part of my drive to make Gutenberg the core way that you sort of create a library of all your favorite sales funnel components, whether it be the checkout pages, the offers, the upsells, downsells, and so forth. And the neat thing about working with Gutenberg, even though it's still early days, is that the stuff that you can work with can be saved and reused just like it would be with a page builder. But yet it will work inside of any other page builder because it's native editor content. That means even if you've got an existing Divi site or Elementor site or another page builder, you don't have to worry. Just make the particular page with Gutenberg, and even you'll be able to, as I'm going to show you here, just grab pre-made content. Now, one of the things that was requested that I've been working on for a bit, and I decided to finally push this weekend, along with another item that I have been on the decks with, which was the dynamic product checkout page, is the notion of doing a singular widget or shortcode that will output all of the pieces for a multi-step checkout. Many of you are familiar with how, let's say, Shopify does it. It's a beautiful multi-step checkout where it's dynamic and it goes from A to B to C. And yet I wanted to make that one shortcode because for almost everybody, you need the same basic steps. And since you can mix and match it with other components anyway, no big deal. So here's what I've got. This is very early days. The styling is rudimentary. I'll have this worked on in the next day or so for release. In the actual Gutenberg layout, I simply need one shortcode. I'm currently calling this LaunchFlows tab checkout. I'll probably have multiple versions of these. This will complement what I'm also doing, which is I'm creating patterns. So in other words, for LaunchFlows, you'll have patterns that will represent very popular components in the position you want them. But by having a tab checkout, it solves the problem of you having to make tabbed buttons work and all the other complicated things that just are a lot of setup. By using one checkout component, I can give you all three at once. So here's how it works. Here we've got the first part is billing, the first part is review, second part is billing, and the last part is checkout. And it also includes the coupon component. Now this is very handy because when you're using, let's say, the order bump or one of the other, throw the product to the checkout, it will automatically take you to the review to give you whatever product's in there. Somebody can obviously use the Ajax upgrade for more of the product, or they can remove it. But now, just like a Shopify or something else, they can move to the next step, move to the final step, and check out. Now, if I make it available this way, you can have a whole library of pre-made one shortcode type of checkout layouts. And then those can be styled with the greatest of ease. So like I've shown you before, because we recommend using something like Editor Plus, you can take whatever it is that you want for the block that you're using. Here, like I've got a shortcode, and apply, border, background, and so forth. Similarly, you'll be able to apply a style using Editor Plus to the actual checkout components. If you want to move them around, this is what's so nice about it. Maybe I want to have my main tab checkout on the left-hand side. No big deal. Just simply update it, refresh the page, and now I've got it over there. But what's really neat is instead of designing these full pages for 5 or 6 different page builders, I prefer to just say use any of the unbelievably large library of free and paid design components for Gutenberg. For example, over at the Gutenberg Hub, there's fully made page templates. Any of these are perfect for doing your sales page, your checkout page, your thank you page, and whatnot. And even if you decide to just take a component, maybe one section, you can add that in as simple as anything else, right? So if I want to add this component into my checkout page, no big deal. I just simply go here, click the copy button, then go to my editor, and wherever I want to put that component in, maybe in this case I'll put it in the bottom, I simply go ahead and click in there and paste. It really can't be any easier than that. If I prefer to have that at the top of my checkout page, no big deal. I just scroll it to the top. When I click update, now I've got everything that I need without Spence and LaunchFlows having to give me all the design stuff, because there's an unlimited amount of design stuff. But what's cool is this checkout component can now be integrated. So for example, if I take this particular widget or even just a shortcode, I'll remove it from here and I can paste it into here, just into the paragraph. Okay, and I'll get rid of the other one so I don't have two of them. And now I've got actually a combination of a pre-made component along with the ready-to-go shortcode. And by the way, you're probably thinking, Spence, that styling is very particular. I'm going to style them in a way so that they'll pick up what the underlying theme is, so that even if you're going out of the box, it'll just pick up whatever's underneath it. But you see how this could work out, right? Maybe we'll even go one step further. Let's get rid of the headline stuff. And let's get rid of the name stuff. And you see where I'm going with this. It's like, check out. I just borrowed most of the stuff from a pre-made section, pasted it in, and now I'm good to go, right? Everything works as it should. You can use the links and so forth. And now I've got a custom checkout page. So instead of using a lot of tired pre-made stuff that would be a never-ending task on my part, I'd rather focus on making the components simple, easy, universal, and now core to Gutenberg. Because again, even if this was an Oxygen page, God forbid, or Elementor, or Divi, or Beaver Builder, they'll all show, with certain little helpers, the core content from the WordPress editor, which means that you can have your core stuff in between the sandwich of a header and a footer. So just a little sneak peek of what's coming for LaunchFlows. My goal with this product is to make it universal, make it simple, make it the same thing no matter where you're using it. So there's been some questions in the past. This is a glorified shortcode generator. Well, yeah, it is. Because what I decided to do is to make shortcodes, which are not going away anytime soon, the universal way to generate the core output of the plugin. Because everybody understands them. They're very simple English language with 2 brackets and just a couple syntax things. And you can save that content no matter which page builder you're using. And that has been my intention all along. So I hope you enjoy this. I'd love your comments. Please let me know over at LaunchFlows if you have any other features that you'd like to see, because this is the kind of stuff that I think will elevate LaunchFlows to being really your Swiss Army knife for any kind of checkout, marketing automation, membership site experience. It works with everything as long as it is using WooCommerce. I'll see you in the next video.